Ah! I'm not gonna let a second lockdown beat me. Ah! I need hand sanitizer. Hello healthy people, I'm Richard and welcome back to Exercise for Health. And because the UK has just gone into a second lockdown, I've decided to do a new home exercise video that you can follow along to, which will be a type of low intensity interval training session. If you're new to this channel, we offer tips, advice and exercises each week to help you manage your health condition with physical activity. So go ahead and tap the subscribe button below and the bell icon if you want to be notified of when we upload a new video. And I do have plans to do a few like this over the coming weeks, including a Christmas special workout. So to take part in today's session, you will need an area for you to be able to move around in. A step can be useful but isn't necessary, as will a chair for one of the exercises in case you feel that you need it. But a weight would be good, and this can be like a water bottle like I'm going to use, or it could be 2 tins of beans or whatever you have around the house that you can hold on to act as a small weight. If you lack in leg strength because of your health condition or have any balance issues, then it's worth keeping close to something that you can hold on to as well. We're going to start off with a warm-up for about 5 minutes, and then we'll conduct 10 exercises, each lasting for 40 seconds, followed by a 20-second rest break after each exercise. At the end of the 10 exercises, I'll give you a minute to recover where you can grab yourself a drink before we then complete the circuit of the 10 exercises again. We'll then finish with a gentle cool down and some stretches at the end, and you'll also hear some prompts as you go through the workout at the start and the end of each part, and that will become clear as we get going. Make sure you work to your level, so don't feel that you have to keep up with me, and likewise if you feel that you can work harder then please do. Also feel free to put on your own motivational music in the background at home, as I'm unable to do this on this video without getting a copyright strike against the channel. So if you need to pause the video to get yourself ready, do that now and then we'll get started. Right then, get ready everybody. We're going to start off with a warm-up. Prompts us in. Let's start off with a little march on the spot then, just to get going. So just make sure you've got enough space around you. Just get the feet moving, get the arms moving a little bit. Get the heart rate to gradually come up. Right, let's do some heel digs out to the front. So you're going to alternate left and right in your own time. Pulling the foot and the toes back towards you so you can just dig the heels out in front between the left foot and the right foot. Good, we're going to change that to a toe tap now. So point the foot forwards, so you're tapping the toes to the front. That's it. Now we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to take it out to the side. So toe tap to the side, again alternating between left and right. And then the last one, we'll do the toe tap to the back. So just tapping the toes behind you, keeping most of the weight on the front foot. Good, and then back into a walk again. Right, while you keep the feet walking, I want you to get the upper body moving a bit more now. So I want you to lift the shoulders up towards your ears, so make the shoulder shrug, squeeze the shoulder blades back together, and then let the shoulders drop back down. So that's lift of the shoulders, squeeze back and then drop. Nice big movement. Make sure you get both sides working together. And then if you've got the mobility in the shoulders, we'll bring the elbows up and back this time. So we're just getting that nice big roll of the arms as you lift the elbows up and back. Good, and then back into normal walk again. So you should be starting to feel like you're breathing a bit faster now as the heart rate's coming up. So what I want you to do next is we'll bring the feet down to a standstill, but take the feet out a little bit wider, hands on the side of the legs, and then from there we'll do some side bends. So you're just going to lean the body from left to right, sliding the hand down the side of your leg. Do one more, then come back up to the middle, bring the feet back in, back into a walk again. Good, so the next one we're going to do is we're going to do a knee raise up to your hand. So bring your hands out in front as a guide. Obviously the higher you go, the higher your knee's going to go. So if you want to go lower, you can go lower. but I want you to bring the knee up and tap the hand on the opposite side. So it's left knee to right hand, right knee to left hand. So we're switching over as we get that knee lift. So if you want to, you can bring your hands up higher, which means your knee's got to come higher, or you can go lower if your mobility in your hips not quite so good. Good, and then back to a walk again. Okay, next one we're going to get the spine to rotate. So bring the feet down to a standstill and again a bit wider. This time hands in front of the chest, and I want you to rotate. So we're twisting the shoulders to face one way, come back through the center and twist the shoulders to face the other way. So as you do this, try and keep your hips pretty much as still as you can. So we're just then rotating the spine at the top. Good, and then come back to the middle, feet back in, and then back into a walk. Okay, we're going to do some movements now where we combine the legs and the arms together. So I want you to do a heel dig with the feet at the same time as you do a bicep curl action on the arms. So with that, keep the elbow tucked in, bring the fists up to the shoulders so you let the elbows bend at the same time as you do the heel dig with the foot. Good. Next one we're going to do toe tap to the side, and we're going to lift an arm up to the side. And then the last one we're going to do, we'll do the toe tap to the back. As we do that, we'll do a straight arm raise up to the front. Good, and then back to a walk again. Right, we've almost finished the warm-up. We've got 20 seconds left before we start the first exercise in the circuit. I'm going to talk you through what that first exercise is. This is where you can use a step if you want to, if you've got one. But we're going to do it as a box step where we throw the arms back. So as you step forwards, arms go back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then forwards. Get ready? Off you go. So we're taking that step forwards, squeeze the arms back. As you step forwards, squeeze those shoulder blades back together at the same time. So you can do this up on a step if you've got one, but you don't have to with this box step movement. So really force those arms back as far as you comfortably can, like you're trying to push the chest out as you step forwards. Quite aerobic this one, so keep the oxygen going in. Remember, we're doing 40 seconds of the exercise, and then we'll get 20 seconds rest. There you go, that finishes it. So we've got a little rest now for 20 seconds. While you're having a rest, I'm going to talk you through the next exercise. The next one we're going to do is a squat. So you're going to have your feet shoulder width wide, and you're going to squat down and then back up. You can use this with a chair if you want to do a sit to stand. So get yourself ready, and off we go. So make sure the bottom's going down and back, so you keep the weight evenly distributed between each foot, but also at the same time make sure you can feel the pressure through the heels of the feet and the balls of the feet at the same time. Keep breathing with it. This is quite a good leg strengthening one, this one. You can do it at a faster pace if you want to, which becomes a bit more aerobic, or you can do it slower if you want to really start to work on the strength in the legs. But keep that oxygen going in. Last few seconds on this one. 3, 2, 1. Good. Have a rest for 20 seconds while I show you the next one. So the next one's going to be wall crawlers. So with this one, it's like you're climbing a wall. Basically, the knee's going to be coming up out to the side. At the same time as the arm comes down, the opposite arm's going to go up. So we're going to try and get the knee to come up to tap the elbow of the arm that comes down. Ready? Off we go. So knee comes up out to the side, and then that's the one that comes down. The elbow is going to tap the knee if you can. Don't worry if you can't. If you don't have the mobility, then you can just make it a smaller movement like this. But if you've got good range of movement, then you can really start to reach up higher towards the ceiling with that hand and lift the knee up high. Another aerobic one, this one. So you should be feeling puffed as you do it. Brilliant. Last few seconds on this one. Well done, have a rest. So for the next one, you're going to need your weight. So I've got my filled water bottle as my weight. We're going to do an upright row, so feet are shoulder width wide. Start with the weight down in front of the hips and lift the weight up to the chest, elbows go out to the side and then back down. So get yourself ready. 1, and off we go. So keep the weight close to you all the time. You should be trying to breathe out as you lift, breathe in as you go back down. So elbows should be leading, they should always be higher than your fists as you're lifting the weight up and down. Try and keep the rest of the body as still as you can, so it's a good way to work your core muscles, so you're not moving your body around as you're trying to lift the weight. So keep the body still as you lift and lower. Last few seconds on this one. There we go, there's our rest time. So have 20 seconds rest. While you're doing that, I'm going to talk you through the next one. It's going to be called Spotty Dogs. So this is where we're going to do a toe tap to the back and the arm on the same side goes back as the other arm goes up to the front, and then we switch it. So we're doing toe taps to the back, alternating as arms go up and down. Ready? Off you go then. So most of the weight should be over that front foot for the majority of the time as you do the toe tap with the other foot behind you, and then your arms, keeping them straight, just swinging up and down. Get another aerobic one, this one. So keep the oxygen going in. Should be feeling it by now. Good, we got 10 seconds more on this one. There we go, there's the end, 20 seconds rest. Let me show you the next one that we're going to start in a bit. So we're going to do lunges. This is where you might need a support for this one. So we're going to take a step forwards. As soon as you step forwards, think about bending the back knee down towards the floor. And then as you come back up, push back to the start position. Then we'll do the opposite leg. Ready? Off you go. So step, focus on bending the back knee down. It's up to you how low you go. So don't feel you have to go all the way down. If it's just a little bit of a bend and then back up, that's absolutely fine. If you've got the strength and the mobility to go lower down, so the back knee's almost touching the floor, and obviously you can do it that way, but use something for a support if you need to. Try and make sure you keep your feet a good shoulder width wide, so don't feel like you're putting one foot in front of the other like you're on a tightrope, because that'll make it feel really wobbly and you'll lose your balance. Last few seconds on this one. Good, 20 seconds rest. So let me talk you through the next one. So the next one's going to be a half star. So with this one, if I'm starting my feet together, I'm doing a toe tap to the side with an arm raise up to the side, bring it back to the middle, and then I do the other one. Now you can do it on the same side. You can do opposites. Ready? Off you go. So I'm going to do it opposite. If you find this one easy, or you've done this a few times, then feel free, you can up the intensity by doing both arms together for every toe tap to the side. That's making it a little bit harder. Or you can just do unilateral, so on the same side, or bilateral on opposite sides if you want to get your brain working a bit, make you think. Good for the coordination though, this one. Another aerobic one, so keep the oxygen going in. Last few seconds. Well done, have a rest. Okay, the next one we're going to need your weight. So let me just show you that before we start. I'm going to hold my weight just at the top of the chest with the hands underneath. I'm going to put one foot in front of the other. We're going to do a military press, which is where we're pressing the weight up above the head and back down. If you can't do that, keep your arms straight up to shoulder height. Ready? Off we go. So we're pressing up above the head. So if you do have high blood pressure or a heart condition, it's probably wise to do the alternative, which is this version, where we're keeping the arms straight and raise up just to shoulder height and then back down with your weight, rather than actually pressing up above the head. But if you don't, then obviously you can do this one. Certainly if you've got the mobility in the shoulders as well, then this is a good one to do. So it's working the shoulders and the back of the arms. Again, try and keep the rest of the body still. So it shouldn't be this, it should be dead still the rest of the body. Arms press and then lower back down. Last few seconds. and rest. Good. You can pop your weight to one side for a minute. So the next one we're going to do is a side step with a leg curl and an arm curl. So as I move from side to side, I'm going to flick a heel up to the bottom, both fists come up to the shoulders, and then I switch. So I'm moving from side to side. Get yourself ready, and off we go. So move from side to side, flick the heel up towards your bottom, at the same time as you bring both fists up to the shoulders. Now you can make this easier by making the side step smaller, so it just decreases the intensity a little bit, or if you want to make a little bit more intense, then see if you can get more movement as you move from side to side. That will put a bit more of your heart rate to go up. Good. Again, another aerobic one, this one. So you should be feeling the heart rate going up and your breathing rate going up. Good. Have a rest. Right, we've got last exercise to go for this first circuit. So this is where you're going to need your weight again. This is called a sumo deadlift. So I'm going to take my feet out quite wide. I'm going to start off with the weight down just in front of my hips, arms stay straight, and then I bend the knees and the hips to go down, and then stand back up with the weight. Ready? Off you go. So try and keep the head and the chest up. Your bottom will naturally push back a little bit anyway, but it's like you're lifting a weight up off the floor with good manual handling technique. So we're trying to keep good posture. You're not lifting with your arms, so your arms stay straight. So we're just pushing through as you straighten out the hips and the knees. But because we've got these knees going out on a bit of an angle, you'll feel this one work the inner thighs a little bit more. So you should be feeling that on the inside of your thighs. Again, make sure you breathe in as you go down, breathe out as you lift. Good, well done. Right, so you've got 1 minute recovery now, so you can pop your weight to one side. At this point, try and get the oxygen back in, grab yourself a drink, because you've got a little bit of rest time. Then we're going to go back through that circuit of 10 exercises again. So if you found that that first circuit was quite easy, then obviously then you know for the second time round, you can push the intensity up a little bit harder. If you found that that first one was quite a challenge, you can step back and make it easier for the second one. If you found it was about right, then try and stick with the same intensity for the second circuit. I'm going to drink some of this so it makes it lighter for my second circuit. Right, you've got 15 seconds before we restart to complete your minute recovery. Another 10 seconds. So we're starting off with that box step where we squeeze the shoulder blades back as we push the arms back. Use a step if you want to. Ready? Okay, back into it then, second circuit. So doing that box step as we squeeze those arms back, squeeze the shoulder blades back together. Should be able to hear yourself breathe as you do this. Should be hearing me breathe. I'm getting puffed out. Good, so make sure you work into the level that feels right for you. Obviously if you are on a step, that'll make it a little bit harder. You're having to lift your body weight up. Last few seconds on this one. There's your rest time. So the next one we got then, we're going back into the squat after our 20 seconds rest. So either doing it freestanding as a squat, or whether you want to use a chair to sit down on and stand up on, that's up to you. So we'll start that in 5 seconds. So get ready. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So back into that squat. Hand position you can put wherever you want, by the way. I kind of do different things with my hands. So put it wherever you want. Again, slower if you want to work onto strength, particularly these muscles on the front of the legs. You can do it slower. If you want to keep the heart rate up, then you can obviously up the tempo and do it a little bit faster. So I'll let you choose. Good work, keep it going everybody. Last few seconds on this one. 3, 2, 1. Good, have a rest. So the next one is those wall crawlers, like your Spider-Man crawling up the wall. So remember, we're reaching up with one hand, opposite knee comes up out to the side as the elbow comes down to try and touch it. So it's a side out to the side. But get yourself ready. 3, 2, 1, off you go. So really reach up with that other hand up towards the ceiling if you can. Knees should be coming up out to the side to tap the elbow that's coming down to meet it. Good, keep the oxygen going in. This is very aerobic, this one. Last few seconds. I'm starting to feel this is more high intensity interval training rather than low intensity. 3, 2, 1. Have a rest. Next one, you need to grab yourself your weight. That's a bit lighter now for this next one. So we're going to do the upright row. So this is where you got your feet shoulder width wide, hands to the front, and lift the weight up to the chest, elbows out to the side, back down to the arms are straight. Get yourself ready. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. So breathe out as you lift, breathe in as you go down. Remember to keep the rest of the body still, only bringing the weight up to chest height. That's as high as you need to go. Elbows going up out to the side. Good, as you feel this in the shoulders and the top of the arms, you might feel a little bit up on the top of the back as well. Last few seconds on this one. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good, well done. Pop your weight to one side for a second. Come back to that in a minute. So the next one we got is the spotty dogs. So make sure you got enough room behind you to do the toe tap behind. Start that in the next few seconds. So get yourself ready. 3, 2, 1. Let's go then. So arms and legs are staying pretty much straight throughout the whole motion. Toe tap to the back, so keeping most of the weight on the front foot as your arms are going up and down. Again, another aerobic one, so keep the oxygen going in, get that carbon dioxide back out. Just as important to breathe out as it is to breathe in. We've got the last few seconds on this one. 3, 2, 1. Have a rest, 20 seconds. So the next one we got is those lunge movement. As you step forwards and bending the back knee to the floor. Everyone that I teach in the class loves this one. Not really. So get yourself ready. Remember, you use your support if you want one. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So step, bend the back knee down, come back up, push back to the start. Opposite foot. Step forwards, bend the back knee down as far as you comfortably can before you step back. So don't feel that you've got to go down too low. You go as low as you comfortably can before you push yourself back. You don't need to get that back knee to touch the floor, okay? Because you want to keep the control. This is a really good functional one, like you're going down to pick something up off the floor as well. So it's really working into those muscles to make them stronger. So it's a functional exercise, this. Last few seconds. 3, 2, 1. Have a rest for 20 seconds. Give those legs a shake if you felt it that time. Right then, next one we're going to do is that half star movement. We can do it on the same side, opposite sides, or you can do both arms together for every toe tap. So I'll let you choose the variation. Get yourself ready. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So get that toe tap to the side, arm raise up to the side. Again, another aerobic one, so keep the oxygen going in. Good. You choose that intensity, remember. So if you find this is getting easy, you can just up the speed to make it harder. It's your workout. Last few seconds on this one. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Have a rest. Okay, so the next one, you're going to need your weight. We're going to do that military press where you've got one foot in front of the other and we're pressing the weight up above the head and then back down to the chest. Remember, if you've got high blood pressure, heart condition or shoulder issue, keep the arms straight, just raise up to shoulder height to the front. Ready? Off you go. Good. So remember, I've just put one foot in front of the other to support my back a little bit. Some people prefer to do it with their feet side to side, which is fine. So you can choose your foot position. I just find it more comfortable on my back with one foot forwards, one foot slightly back. Breathe out as you push, breathe in as you come down. If you're doing the front raise, breathe out as you lift, breathe in as you lower the weight back down to the hips. 3, 2, 1. Well done, have a rest. Pop the weight to one side for a second. So that next one we got then is the side step with the leg curl. So flicking the heel up towards the bottom. At the same time as you're doing the arm curl, bringing the fists up towards the shoulders. Start that, ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, off we go. So get that side to side movement. So flick the heel up towards your bottom. At the same time as you bring the fists up towards the shoulders. Remember, if you want to make it harder, just move more side to side, so bigger movement. If you do a smaller movement, it makes it a little bit easier, so you can get a bit more recovery time, so it's not pushing you quite so hard. Good, we've got 10 seconds left on this one, and then we've just got one more exercise to do, and then that's pretty much it, other than the cool down and stretch. Well done, have a rest, 20 seconds. Okay, so we need the weight for the last one. So this is where we're doing that sumo deadlift. Feet nice and wide, toes turned outwards a little bit. Keep your arms straight with the weight down in front, bending the knees, keeping the back straight as you go up and down. So get yourself ready. 2, 1, off we go then. Last one, this one. So make sure you breathe in and then breathe out as you come back up. Breathe in, breathe out. Make sure those knees as they bend, they're tracking the direction of your toes, which should be out in a slight angle, so we can really start to work those muscles on the inside of the thighs. Remember, you're not lifting with your arms, just hold the weight with your arms. So it's the legs that's doing all the work. Last 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Well done everybody, good work. Right, pop your weight to one side, grab yourself a drink though. You've got 1 minute recovery, and then what we'll do is we're going to go into a cool down and finish off with a few stretches to finish the workout. So grab yourself a drink. Oh, hope you're feeling as puffed as I am. So, as soon as you've had your drink, get back into your space. We're just going to do a nice gentle cool down and then finish off with a few stretches, which will then finish off a workout and then we're done. So, as soon as you're ready and you've had your drink, find your space and we'll just do a nice slow march on the spot. Nice and gently now, just allow the heart rate to recover. Okay, so we're in the cool down now. So what we're going to do from there is just do a side step, but I just want you to tap one foot to the other foot. So you're just moving from side to side. Let the arms just relax down. So just trying to keep the upper body relaxed as you side step. Just tapping one foot to the other one. Let your arms just swing around a bit. Good, you should be feeling as you're doing this, you should start to feel that your heart rate's coming back down, so your pulse rate's coming back down, which would indicate that your breathing rate will start to come down. So you should feel like your breathing start to come back to normal. That's a good indicator that your heart rate's recovering. The faster your heart rate recovers, the faster your breathing rate recovers, the fitter you are. So if you've recovered already, then you're very fit, well done. Okay, we're going to change that now to a box step like we did in one of the exercises. Just step forwards and back on the spot, just a small step. So not going too far forwards and back. Again, think about your posture as you're doing this. You want to try and fill the lungs with oxygen. Get rid of the carbon dioxide at the same time. Brilliant. Okay, let's bring the feet down to standstill. So you've got your feet about shoulder width wide. Place your hands on the side of your hips and keep your head still. I just want you to just gently move the hips from left to right. So just pushing the hips one way and the other way so they're oscillating side to side. Again, keep that breathing going, keep the oxygen going in, carbon dioxide out. Good, okay, so from there what we're going to do is, I call this a golfer swing, but it doesn't actually look like a golfer swing. So I'm going to keep my feet about shoulder width wide. I'm going to turn my hips to face one way, so I'm allowing the back foot to come up on the ball of the foot as I swing my arms up over my shoulder, so they're going up behind. And then as I bring my arms down through, I'm going to pivot on the feet, swing my arms up this way, so now my hips are facing that way. So my hips are going from that direction to that direction. My arms are doing a full 360 from that side to that side, and I'm just allowing the back foot to pivot up onto the toes as I let those arms come down and through and back over the other side. So it's just a nice way just to relax the muscles around the back as we get that rotation, and also to get a little bit of a stretch across the chest as well as you take that arm up behind you. Good. And then bring that back down to the center. Right, we'll go into a few stretches now. You've cooled down a little bit. So let's start off with the back stretch. We're going to put one hand on top of the other, roll the shoulders forwards, and then push your arms away so you can feel the stretch around the top of the back. Slow, gentle breathing while we hold that position, just so you can feel those muscles being stretched a little bit. And release. Let's do a stretch for the muscles across the chest. So this time we're going to place the back of the hands into the lower part of the back and then squeeze the shoulder blades back together. So you're trying to pull the elbows back behind you. So this time you can feel a little bit of a pull across the chest and the front of the shoulders. Again, think about your breathing while you hold the stretch. So stretch position stays fixed, but try and breathe in and out nice and relaxed. Good, and release. Let's do a stretch for the triceps, the muscles on the back of the arm. So we're going to bend the elbow, bringing the hand up to the shoulder, and then lift the elbow up and back, like trying to get your hand to creep down your spine. And you can use your other hand just to gently push the elbow further back if you need to, so you can feel the stretch here on the back of the arm. Good, and release. Let's do the same on the other side. So hand to the shoulder on the same side, lift the elbow up and back, like trying to get your hand to creep down your spine. Use your other hand to assist if you need to, as long as you've got that stretch. And release. Good. Right, next one we're going to do is we're going to go down to the legs. We're going to stretch the muscles all the way down the back of the leg. So if you put one foot just a short distance in front of the other, it's this front one that we're stretching. So keep the knees straight, hands on the back leg. Think about pushing your bottom up in the air behind you as you take your body forwards. When you start to feel stretch here, if you can lift the toes of that foot back towards you, that'll get the stretch on the calf as well. And then switch over, same on the other side.
Done. Great workout. You spent 31 minutes, 30 seconds exercising.
Thanks very much. Good, so again, pull those toes back towards you if you need to get a stretch in the calf as well. Good, right, last stretch we're going to do is the quad stretch. So hold on to something for this one if you need to. We're going to take hold of one foot, bring the heel of the foot up towards your bottom, pull that bent knee backwards while you stand up straight to get the stretch down the front of the thigh. And release, and then swap over, same on the other side. So see if you get the heel up as close as you can to your bottom, knee back, stand up straight. And well done, give yourself a clap. Good workout everybody, well done. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, then please give it a like by clicking the thumbs up button below to help this channel grow, and then more people can benefit from watching these videos. Remember to stay active, keep moving, and I'll see you next week. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video today, please give it a thumbs up. You can also click here to subscribe to this channel or click here to watch a recent video. See you soon.